Good evening. My name is Abby Davies. I'm a fourth-year medical student at Brown University. I'm a future OBGYN, and I'm also the president of the board of directors of Medical Students for Choice. We are an international nonprofit with more than 10,000 medical students around the world, dedicated to training future abortion providers and pro-choice physicians. I am here today in support of House Bill 5127 and protecting safe and legal abortion in Rhode Island. As a medical student, I often have the privilege of getting to spend more time with patients than other providers. I have heard as many stories about the need for abortion access as people I have talked to. No two stories are alike because no two people are alike. I have cried with survivors of rape and sexual assault in college when I led a student-run hotline. I have sat with a graduate student whose birth control failed despite using 2 methods of contraception. I have seen patients in the emergency department who are dying from complications from self-induced abortion. I am sure you have heard and you will hear more of these stories from providers and patients today. But as a medical student and part of Medical Students for Choice, I also want to present a different angle for you to consider. That is the impact these decisions will have for women in Rhode Island. These decisions about abortion access for women in Rhode Island will have on the next generation of clinicians. In December, I spoke to more than 400 medical students at a conference for future abortion providers and pro-choice physicians. They were taking a weekend out of their busy medical school schedule to learn more about abortion and family planning. Many of the medical students I met that day will never provide abortions. They will become cardiologists or dermatologists or emergency medicine physicians. And yet they were all united under a desire to learn how to provide comprehensive reproductive health care for their patients because their medical schools were failing them. They sought out additional training because theirs was lacking. And in talking to these students, they almost universally discussed choosing the next step in their medical school training, that is residency, based on the location in which they would be practicing and the laws in those states. I'm almost done. If Roe v. Wade is overturned and we do not act in Rhode Island to protect abortion as part of comprehensive health care, we as a state will lose future providers. If we do not protect the rights of our patients to have safe abortions, healthcare providers will go to states that do. ACOG states unequivocally that OBGYN residents must be trained in providing abortions. Therefore, why would they come here? I am embarrassed when I speak at these conferences, when I tell people that I live in Rhode Island, and I have to say that we still have an anti-choice law on the books. If abortion access is not protected in Rhode Island, I and many of my colleagues will not continue to train and practice medicine in this state. By voting against this law, you will lose healthcare providers. You will lose medical students, you will lose residents, and you will lose doctors. You will compromise the quality of the healthcare in Rhode Island by turning providers away. Do not let that happen to the patients in Rhode Island. They will bear the brunt of your decisions, and they deserve better. Thank you.
Thank you.